Alright, so this is Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. Last week we were playing Bloodlines, and this game just came out, I believe, a week or two ago. So, this isn't as... there's not as much combat, or there might not even be any combat at all. I think it's more of an adventure, kind of narrative experience, but you're allowed to like control your character and movement and stuff. So we'll just take a look and see how it is. Oh yeah, I hit start a game, but then I just exited out once I set the settings correct. So go ahead and start a new game. Princess Quarters, September 4th, 2019 at 11 p.m. The Boston court is in turmoil. A code red alert has been issued, which means a major crisis has occurred. Emem, Laisha, and Caleb are summoned by the prince. Vampires walk among us. Unknowing, we built the cities, fought their wars, and we've sated their hunger. For centuries, these creatures have been organized into rival sects, the largest of which is the Camarilla. In its domains, Camarilla Courts enforces the Masquerade, a global conspiracy hiding the existence of vampires from the mortal world. Breaking the Masquerade is punishable by final death. In Boston, vampire factions have long been at each other's throats. After much conflict, Hazel Iverson, the new prince, has sealed a fragile pact with a group of blood sorcerers, known as the Hartford Chantry. This alliance will not only provide stability to the domain, but will hand the prince the blood trade, the trafficking of blood and mortal victims that serves the need of the vampire elite. Tonight, the undead will celebrate.
I'll just get this going. There, ready. We're all set. Now, to begin, tell me, what do you see?
I don't know.
Okay. Try this. Focus on your vision.
No, it's happening.
What's happening?
No, it's too late. It's too late now. They're coming. Did you feel it too?
Take your stuff. We're getting out of here. We've got a problem.
Call them back.
What's going on?
It's the prince. We must go quickly.
Come on. Damn it. Hurry up. Calm down. Maybe it has nothing to do with the party. You know full well I was in charge of it. If anything goes wrong, it's my head on the chopping block. Fuck. Damn it! It took Hazel months to convince the Hartford Chantry to ally themselves with us. So they finally accept, and then bam, a code red. There's never been a code red in Boston, damn it! This has gotta be bad, Emem.
Dialogue. Skills. In the dialogue, some answers require the use of skills. Your skill level is compared with that of your opponent. The higher rating wins. You cannot use a skill if its rating is 0. Willpower. 12. Using a skill consumes willpower. If your opponent wins, you gain a few willpower at the end of the dialogue. Let's see. So we have, oh, okay. So we don't have enough persuasion, so she has something to hide.
It's not like you had anything to do with it. I'm sure.
You don't get it. I was in charge of organizing the party.
But security is Jara's problem.
Yeah,
normally.
except Jara is a member of the Primogen. I'm not.
But you're a harpy. The prince will cover you. You know she's always looking for an excuse to take him down a notch.
We'll see.
What do we do next?
When everyone's safe, we move on to phase 2. We clean house.
We clean house?
What do you mean by we clean house?
Getting rid of our archives, our documents, anything that might betray our network and relationships.
What's a code red?
Did you say this is the first code red in Boston?
Ever since the fall of London, protocol is no longer a laughing matter.
Whatever. They've been harping on that for 4 years now. They took away our internet access. Our smartphones.
It's called risk mitigation, that's all. A code red is an alarm signal that's sent to everyone to say, watch out, we're all in danger. And everyone runs to shelter at the nearest safe house. For us, it's with the prince. It could have been worse.
I'd have preferred worse.
You're not even listening to me.
Let's change the subject.
What comes after phase 2?
Just pray that it never comes to that.
Come on, tell me.
We run, we leave everything behind, and we go into hiding. As far from here as we can.
There's no way I'm leaving Boston. Everything I have is right here in the city. It took me years to build my clubs. I've worked too hard to give it up now.
You won't have a choice. I know you hate coming here. Are you gonna be all right?
What do you think? I know how to behave, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Just keep your cool and it'll be fine.
Ah, my little darlings. You're here at last. The fear that something horrible had happened to you terrified me.
No call for theatrics, April.
The prince asked to see you as soon as you arrived, Emem. I wouldn't dilly-dally if I were you. As for you, Journey, someone's triggered a code red. If anything has happened over there, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Disciplines. Vampires have supernatural abilities usually inherited from their clan disciplines. Some disciplines can be used in dialogues. As with skills, the higher level wins. Not all disciplines are available to all vampires. Some mortals may possess certain powers, although most have no defense against disciplines. Using a discipline generates hunger. Hunger has a value that cannot be exceeded. This limits a vampire's use of their powers. A vampire at their hunger limit risks losing control, attacking and feeding on the closest mortal. So we have 0 success on both. Oh, you see how her eyes turn? That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go with presence.
You know, back in the day, nobody could bat an eyelash without you knowing about it. You must know exactly what Jay is being blamed for, don't you?
Emem. My dear Emem. I adore you. Really, I do. But darling, please. You're way out of your league here. This alliance with the Hartford Chantry is crucial. The prince is on edge. We can't get through to anyone over there.
What does this have to do with Jay?
She was in charge of the whole thing, for goodness sake. Listen, both of you. From now on, I don't want to hear another word out of either of you. The prince is furious. Journey, you're coming with me.
I don't see why.
And as for you, Hazel wants to see you. Right now.
Alright. So it looks like we've got some stuff unlocked in the directory. Oh, that's cool. It tells you who their sire is. Jean-Baptiste Tavernier. And their clan. 12th generation. That's cool. So talents. Talents increase your abilities. Each talent is tied to a specific action. Repeating these actions will progressively unlock their tiers of a talent. Using the rhetoric skill increases its effectiveness. Okay, so if there's a tie in your powers, you get a little bit of a buff of 10%. Complete a quest without having hunted any prey will increase your max hunger. Rat eater. Feed from a rat. Okay. Traits. Traits are positive or negative effects that influence the abilities of the character in question. Traits are only revealed once they have been earned, as the result of an action, a character's choice, or a consequence. The hunger level, whether low or high, confers temporary traits that affect the character's abilities. Suspicion. As it rises, the suspicion rating creates more negative traits that increase the difficulty faced by the characters. Hunger. The beast is near. Put her in her place. Emem has encountered others more powerful than her. For now, something has to strengthen her mind for future challenges. -10 to the next experience cost for the mental attribute. The Codex lists and explains many concepts from Swansong and the World of Darkness. The main characters you will meet are also linked on the Boston screen. Clan. According to the kindred mythology, Cain sired 3 children, who in turn sired children themselves. This third generation came into being before the Great Flood, and some say it was their sin that called it down. The survivors, known as the Antediluvians, became the progenitors of the modern clans. Each antediluvian's blood endures in their descendants, feeding the common powers, weaknesses, and perhaps even the behaviors and beliefs of the kindred who belong to the clan they begat. Tonight there are 13 distinct clans with their innumerable minor bloodlines, as well as the caitiff and thin bloods, who prouder and more powerful lineages reject. Alright, well, we'll just continue on.
It's gonna be a long night.
Miss Lewis, welcome.
Thank you. Can I explore it all?
Consider it done.
Who's she, Caleb?
Emem Lewis.
She smiles like a toreador.
Letters etched in bold right upon her teeth.
What about that bearded guy who's swallowing his bile?
Dejan Siaka.
A Tremere warlock, then?
Keep him at a healthy distance. With a sideward glance, he could make the blood in your veins boil.
Is court attendance usually this sparse?
Let's see. She's talking too much.
What was rule number 2?
Don't talk too much. And never talk about yourself. You don't trust anyone, do you?
Not anyone here. And you'd be wise to do the same. I'd hate to be Caius right about now.
Why?
He's second honcho of house security. This promises to be a busy night.
I know what you mean. It's one thing to have been told that the Nosferatu don't age well. It's another thing to see it for yourself.
It's by no fault of their own.
Do you think you'll be able to ask the prince tonight if you can embrace me?
No. Now is no longer the time.
And he is your child?
Mr. Beryl Underwood.
He's one of the members of the Primogen.
Tread lightly. He's a member of the Primogen.
They're the check to the prince's power.
The check and balance. They backed Hazel when she rose to power after Quentin King. They'd hoped to control her.
What? Things didn't go as planned?
I just have a feeling she will surprise them. Never forget that the court is a chessboard. We are monsters, and we sacrifice pawns. If you want to be a major piece, then behave accordingly.
But...
Nothing can happen to you here. We're in the prince's house. She must be finished by now. Wait for me. This won't take long.
It's out of the question, Emem. I won't let her get away with this.
All right. Calm down, Dejan.
Where's Journey?
What's it to you?
Don't start with me. She was in charge of the party. She has to take responsibility for this.
Leave her out of it.
It's too late for that. Don't waste your time covering for her. She's not a kid anymore. I haven't heard from my child, and no one's able to get through to them over there.
Go on then. Go and save Imani and stop wasting your breath.
There are rules. Need I remind you? We're all stuck here.
You're such a good boy.
You'll never change.
Dejan!
What? Oh, come on, Hilda, she needs to grow up.
Leave us.
I don't need your help.
Mem, please.
Stop calling me that.
I was worried about you.
You still haven't moved on, have you? You're always getting in my way.
Lower your voice. People are staring.
Focus. Focus allows you to temporarily increase a skill by 1 or 2 levels. The more you increase your focus, the more willpower cost increases. To be focused, a skill must have a minimum score of 1 point. Disciplines or knowledge cannot be focused. Okay, so scrolling up the Mouse wheel increases the levels. High. If the skill or discipline levels are the same, the outcome of this conflict is uncertain. The chance of victory can be influenced by a number of bonuses or penalties, as well as spending experience points. We could just outright beat her. Let's go ahead and go with the tie and see what happens. Opponent behavior. Your opponent can also focus their skills. Unlike you, focus only allows them to increase their skill level by 1. The risk of opponent focus is represented by a percentage. The more aggressive you are, skill focus use of disciplines, the more risk of opponent focus increases.
Do you know what this Code Red is all about? You're in the Primogen. You must know something.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Apparently, it was from one of Moore's retainers. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jason Moore. Don't you remember him? He's the human who manages our interests when the sun comes up. He handles our assets, errands with the banks.
What does he have to do with this?
I don't know. It now seems that Miss Hazel Iverson, the mighty Prince of Boston, is no longer on speaking terms with the Primogen. As if now were the ideal time.
She asked to see me. Do you know why?
My best guess is that she'd like to talk to you about Journey, of course. I always warned you that girl was trouble.
Yeah, sure. I've gotta go. Hazel must be upstairs. I'd better hurry.
What about Jara? I haven't seen her.
Councillor Drury is not here, nor is Dr. Dunham. Mr. Leto's teams are trying to reach them, but...
Nobody's answering?
No.
Sorry, that's not possible.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, Emem.
What do you know about the Code Red?
Abby, do you know what's going on?
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Please? I feel like I've been plopped down in the middle of a minefield.
There are rumors about Journey. Rumors about how this is all her fault. Did you know that Jay was in charge of the party?
Shit. I bet she's gonna take the fall for whatever happened.
I don't think she's involved, but we've got to be on our guard.
They've all got such long faces.
Emem, we haven't seen you here in ages now, have we?
It's because of the Code Red.
Let's holster our weapons. I'm only here because of that goddamn Code Red.
Blunt and to the point, as usual. With a bit of luck, your suffering will be over soon. How's business these days?
Why? You want to invest?
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't win. My clubs aren't profitable enough for him.
I'm shocked to think you put so much as a penny into one of my clubs. They don't bring in enough for your taste, Beryl.
You're right. I'm not interested in them. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. I'm waiting for Caleb.
All right. Let's see. Probably take the elevator up, I guess. It's so weird how, like some of the models, like Emem's model, is like really well done, where the others are kind of
Hazel must be pissed.
lackluster, to be honest.
What the hell could she want with me?
everything okay, Mom? Penny for your thought?
Nothing, Pumpkin. What were you saying?
You saw pictures again? You're not going back to the Institute, are you?
No, don't fret. I'm gonna stay here with you now.
I don't like it when Richard takes you away.
He's my psychiatrist. He's helping me so I can be with you.
Mom has a little trouble sometimes, remember?
I see things that haven't happened yet. And I forget others.
Yes, I know. And you have to slumber so you can rest all alone sometimes. But 3 years was too long.
We won't be separated again.
But now we'll be together forever.
We'll be inseparable.
Like 2 peas in a pod.
Yes, exactly.
Mom? What's going on? Why does everybody look so upset?
I think something serious is happening. I'm worried. I still haven't seen Richard. I looked for him so he could explain, but he can't be found.
So what do we do now?
I was told to wait here because Hazel wants to see us.
There are grown-ups coming, and your mother needs to talk to them.
Oh, then I'll go hide, because grown-ups talk to me too much.
If you want, sweetie. But don't wander off. Go on.
Show me what you do to make sure no one spots you.
Okay, here I go.
Czar.
Leisha. It's been a while.
Hey, Emem.
When did you get out?
Just tonight. Hazel wanted to see me.
That means she's extremely worried about the situation.
That, or she's a major drama queen.
She should show the prince more respect.
I know that you knew her before, but she's the leader of Boston now. You owe her respect before everyone, and in every circumstance. She is your prince.
Are you lecturing me? First Siaka, now you. Why won't anybody give me a break tonight?
Maybe you asked for it.
Or maybe if you behaved in a manner more appropriate to the circumstances and our setting, then you'd better understand why everyone is so nervous.
He's got no business lecturing me.
Stop it right there, Bazori. Don't take that tone with me. I choose what lessons to take.
We must all remain calm and accept any help we can get, even from the most unusual sources.
That's surprising to hear, coming from a blue blood. At least your certainties come from a more solid source than a prophecy from a child of Malkov.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is that whatever the problem is, your hallucinations aren't gonna help us solve it.
Emem can believe whatever she wants. I don't care.
And yet, many of the things I saw ended up happening. Quentin King's disappearance, Hazel's rise to power, your breakup with Hilda too. But you're probably right. It's just Hazel and her flair for the dramatic.
Only time will tell.
Good evening, ladies, sir. The prince shall see you now.
M. Lewis, rebellious star, the diva who lights up Boston's nights. But bringing light into the world of darkness can be perilous. Emem knows this, but she doesn't care. Choose a profile. So there's investigator, jack of all trades, veteran, and free. Investigator is a profile that focuses on knowledge and skills that allow you to go undercover, extort, or steal information. Jack of all trades is a profile that focuses on improving attributes in a large selection of skills. It allows for a maximum number of interactions, but with less mastery. Veteran, a profile that focuses on dialogue skills and physical attribute. It allows you to use the character's auras in conversations. And free, a profile with no pre-attributed Attributed points, my lord. Let's do free. Character sheet. At the start of a scene, previously earned experience points can be spent to improve the character's abilities. These abilities are divided into two areas, the character sheet and the discipline sheet. Attributes. Each attribute affects a specific list of skills and disciplines. Attributes increase the chance of victory in a case of a tie. Improving them also increases the willpower cost of focus. Knowledge. The use of knowledge skills do not have a willpower cost. They cannot be improved by using focus. Alright, so she's predisposed to persuasion. Let's see, discipline menu. The discipline sheet contains disciplines the character possesses. Discipline powers, experience points invested into a discipline increases the level and can provide additional powers. Disciplines can be passive and may be used in dialogue or exploration. Alright. Go back to the character real quick. Feel like she's going to be more of our social character. Psychology and dominate discipline. Yeah, since she's already got a point in persuasion, we should probably level up her social ability. When dialogue ratings are equal, the winner is determined based on a percentage. This attribute affects the skills, rhetoric, and persuasion, as well as the presence discipline, which I think she has as well. Yeah, presence. Prevents your opponent from focusing a skill, generates 2 hunger. When one of your actions increases the risk of an opponent's focus, the increase is reduced by 30%. Silver Tongue generates 1 less hunger. Alright. Let's go with social to level 3, so we get the first bonus of -1 focus. Then we'll go ahead and level up persuasion to 2. Convince others to agree with your point of view with logical arguments or by appealing to their emotions. Then in discipline, we'll get +1 to presence. We'll try that out.
Hazel. Delson.
Come in, Emem. I wanted to have a word with you.
What can I do for you?
I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time since we last saw each other. Tell me, where were you tonight?
Like everybody else, I suppose. At home, getting ready for the party.
How fortunate you weren't running early.
Why? What's happened?
You know what the Code Red means. There was a breach. This is intolerable. These agreements were supposed to celebrate the power of my court. Instead, I've been made to look a fool in the eyes of my allies. We'll have to increase our diplomatic efforts with the warlocks. Send new emissaries to Osborne.
What's that got to do with me?
Don't you worry about that for now. We have more urgent matters to attend to. We bring Journey to me.
It's not her fault.
She hasn't done anything. Hazel.
I'll be the judge of that.
Why?
What do you want with her?
I have a few questions I need to ask her. If mistakes were made, I need to know what happened. I'm sure that your friend will have a lot to tell me.
All right.
Yes, my prince. I'll be right back.
I didn't bring you here just for that. I have something to offer you.
I'm listening.
It's about the Primogen Council. You know everyone who's in it. Beryl, Richard, Hilda. Their support was much appreciated after the disappearance of the previous prince.
Quentin King.
But now, they've become an obstacle. It's been going on for months. They systematically oppose everything that I do. It must stop now.
Of course, we don't have any in education, so we'll just keep silent.
The Camarilla has faced many challenges in the past few years. Many of our strongholds have fallen. I won't let Boston suffer the same fate, but for that, I need loyal allies. Also,
how would you like a spot in the Primogen? What?
You've always taken care of your community, Emem, without ever asking for anything in return. It might be time you took a leading role in the community's affairs.
Hilda won't let you do it. She'll never see me as her equal. Being seated next to her child? She'll feel humiliated.
I'm her prince. She will obey me.
She's not gonna like it.
I don't care. What I'm offering is much bigger than all that. What do you think?
I need to think about it.
I don't know. I need to think about it.
Time is of the essence. You're a businesswoman, Emem. I know you'll be up to it, but we'll talk about it again soon. In the meantime...
I know. Jay, I'm going to go see Sylvia first. I need to clear my head.
Do it. You won't be able to hunt tonight. It's better to be prepared. Bring me Journey.
I will.
I have the utmost confidence in you, Emem. Do not fail me.
You can count on me. What the hell is going on?
Emem, I'm happy to see you in one piece.
Hey, Syl. I'd like some refreshment, please.
Of course, I'll get you a glass.
I was thinking more like a vessel.
Oh, serve yourself. But try not to damage them, okay? They're all I've got left in stock.
I get it, I'll be careful.
I'm right here if you need anything else.
The hunt. Safe zone. A safe zone is a place where no one can see you feed. You can find them by exploring the surroundings. Only one prey may be sent to a safe zone at a time.
No news from anyone.
Do you think they're...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that.
We're not the only ones freaking out. Look around.
Exactly. We've got to keep our wits about us. Got it?
So in one of these little nooks here. Prey. Prey will naturally be revealed as you approach them. To feed, you will need to find a safe zone you can lure your prey to. Go after isolated prey. If it is surrounded by potential witnesses, sending the prey to a safe zone will increase suspicion of you. So we need to choose a prey. Let's see if we can talk to this guy.
Did you need something?
Do we need to be in a safe zone?
Do you want us to...
Come with me. There.
Yes.
Okay, I thought we were gonna have feed on him right there. The kiss. Vampires use their power to charm or subdue their prey and satisfy their hunger. When feeding on prey, you can control the amount of blood you take. Press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger eliminated. If you do not press the button or if you do not release it before the bar is full, the prey will die drained of its blood. Killing prey will increase suspicion. Mortal will be on their guard, while vampires will question your respect for the masquerade. Resonance. Some prey, their blood emotionally charged, have a resonance that your character will earn after feeding. At the end of a scene, a resonance provides an experience bonus for the corresponding discipline. If more than one resonance is acquired during a given scene, only the last one will be saved. Second bite. If your prey survives, you may feed on it a second time. However, this will cause it to die and increase suspicion. So we got something in discipline. At least I thought that's what it said. Alright, so we lowered our hunger by 1. Just want to clear out these notifications. Is there a second? Oh, yeah, here we go. Alright. Experience bonus and disciplines. Sanguine resonance.
All right, Jay. Where are you hiding?
So now we need to find Journey.
Can I help you?
Have you seen Jay?
I've got to talk to Jay. You haven't seen her, have you?
No, you should ask April.
It's a good idea. Thanks for the advice.
What's your job here?
Do you still work for April?
Well, aren't you rude? My loyalty is with the court.
Seems like Bosley's leading you around by the nose, though.
She's got some extra responsibilities, sure, but that's it. I have my own agenda.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised. I've got stuff to do. See you later.
Who's that?
I know that perfume. Jay. That's Jay's scarf.
Aspect 1. Heightened senses. Aspect enhances your 5 senses. This condition reveals new interactions, detecting scents, listening to conversations from a distance, revealing the past of objects, or even experiencing premonitions. You can also discover items that have been hidden using supernatural powers.
You want to... Where did you go, Jay?
Can we not go through there? Guess not.
What a shitty night.
Do you think the Code Red will last much longer?
I hope not. The faster I get out of here, the better.
What? Emem Lewis, the Black Rattler's Rose, is afraid of a handful of politicians?
God, no.
Fine. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
I'm looking for Journey.
I'm supposed to find Jay. Do you know if she's done talking to April?
Huh. Good question. I saw her earlier, but she wasn't with Miss Bosley. She went into that alcove on your right, but that was a while ago.
Thanks.
You might want to avoid hanging around with her, you know? I've heard stuff about her.
I know, and it's not true. She didn't do anything, all right?
Fine. Sorry. Did you need anything else?
The prince has this floor all to herself.
Miss Iverson has the top floor all to herself.
Yes, that's where she's got her office for hearings, as well as her personal quarters. Miss Bosley is the only one who has access to them.
There's a surveillance unit?
I heard the prince put together a surveillance unit.
Yeah, the cave. Mr. Leto and his team spend their nights there. It's just below us. But don't even think about going down there. It's only for sewer rats.
Thanks.
Thanks for the vessel.
My pleasure. Come back anytime you want.
Maybe we'll be able to listen into this conversation from a distance. Let's talk to him real quick.
I'm sorry about before. I'm just a little edgy tonight.
I know. This isn't the first time we've gotten in a fight over nothing. Your child, Imani. She was there. Still no news?
No. Radio silence.
And Hazel refuses to talk to me.
I spent months kowtowing to those Hartford assholes for this agreement. If she has the info, now's not the time to hold it back.
These Hartford guys. How well do you know them?
Well enough. I won't let things end like that.
Any news from Jay?
I'm looking for Journey. Have you seen her?
No, I'm sorry. I assume you've already tried her office?
What do you know about the Chantry?
You told me you knew the Hartford Warlocks well.
Yeah, some of them.
I was in touch with their representative, Deneb. He was supposed to replace me on the council.
You're leaving us?
Not really. It's part of the agreement with the Chantry. Deneb and I were supposed to switch places.
Why was Hazel doing business with them?
She had plans for the blood market in the region. We were meant to be in charge of supplying high-quality blood. They were supposed to take care of stabilizing it, or try at least.
That's nuts. Has anyone ever tried it before?
Never. That's why I'm worried. I don't give a shit about Hartford, but this project is really important.
I understand.
Later.
Well, I'll leave you to it. I've got to find Jay.
If I see Journey, I'll tell her you're looking for her.
Underwood and Fang. Bazori's ears must be burning.
I didn't think I'd see you again so soon. Did you want something, perhaps?
You haven't seen Journey, have you?
She's not here. It would be a shame if you've showed up too late.
I could do a persuasion. But he could focus and knock me out of it. But we'll go ahead and try it.
If you know something, just tell me.
I'm teasing you. I haven't the slightest idea what has you in such sorts. It was just a joke.
Very funny. I don't have time for this. I'm out of here.
Not good. Before we go in there, let's talk to her.
Hey, Fang.
Good evening, Miss Lewis.
Call me Emem, please. Did you come with Caleb?
Yes, but he's so very busy.
You didn't happen to see Journey, did you?
I'm sorry. I don't know everyone's names yet. I hope it'll work out.
This can't be happening.
I swear, she was standing there, playing me for a sucker, pretending she just happened to be in the archives.
And what did you say to her?
I played dumb. I said, "As you like, Miss Abigail Naomi." And I left.
What did she take?
A page from a file about an old party that she tore out.
But why would she need that? Why now?
I wonder.
Keltum and Lazarus. I smell gossip. Battery's dead.
Recover deleted messages, technology 3. Message from Hilda McAndrews. Abby, can you confirm that it's safe to come over to Iverson's? I'm waiting for your reply. Message from Keltum Hamden. Where are you? I've been looking for you everywhere. Code red. Confidential Domain Administration 2018 Annual Financial Report at Miss Iverson's request. This report provides a summary of Mr. J. Moore's annual audit of the finances and administration of Miss Iverson's domain. The data provided by our wealth manager leads us to conclude that the accounting year was balanced for this year. The absence of any substantial profit is explained in part by the investment made in the development of the red salons, namely development and expansion of the Red Salon on Cellar Street owned by Dr. Richard Dunham, purchase of lab equipment, refrigerated cabinets, decoration and expansion of the bar area, investment in Dr. Dunham's research, external laboratory expenses, specific moral test subjects, purchase of several real estate properties for the expansion of the Red Salon chain. Another portion of the profits was transferred to the Hartford Chantry to support thermaturgy research as stipulated in the pre-unification agreements. Mr. J. Moore reported that in July he had requested a detailed account of the expenses incurred, which appears to have been corrected by the occasional excesses in their estimates. In this respect, we would like to emphasize that given his success in protecting our interests, it is strongly recommended that Mr. J. Moore's personal protection be maintained for the coming year. Mr. J. Moore's recommendations for 2019: expansion of the real estate portfolio in the neighborhoods adjacent to the domain. Mr. J. Moore has managed to convince about 30 owners to stagger the acquisition throughout the year. The projected investment is $60 million with an actual value of $82 million. Development of the Red Salon's continued investment in Dr. Dunham's research, but with the establishment of financial administrator in the person of Mr. Underwood to manage the financial aspects of the site. Continued funding of the Hartford Thermaturgy Research on this subject, Mr. J. Moore recommends that the unification agreements with the Hartford Chantry stipulate that this research be relocated to Boston following the signature of the agreements. In fact, he thinks it's preferable to monitor the amounts involved as closely as possible.
I've gotta hurry. I'm not supposed to be here. That must be the card they used to open the archives.
Right, got a magnetic key card. Provincetown Library, maybe some old books on the First Kindred. Boston Public Library still have unexplored archives. Taunton Public Library, some works forbidden to the public, undetermined nature. Jefferson Library, probably some very rare how do you pronounce that? Thaumaturgical archives, but access is risky. Unexplored archives and 2 ancient tomes on the history of Ventru in Boston. Thaumaturgical.
These books are gorgeous. Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
So this is her office. Guest list, unification party. Boston Court, Mrs. Iverson. Okay, we're not going to read all these names. A bunch of people.
I hope you didn't forget anything, Jay.
Check the level of secrecy with Yara. Yara to me, September 4, 2019, maintaining order. I asked for retainers to arrive before sunset for more discretion. Need confirmation, still waiting for that paper.
Her last message to Abigail.
I need you to track down the file on 1998 Solstice Party. Page 3 should be of interest to you. 1998 Solstice Party, page 3.
The file. I wonder where they put it. That could be of interest to me. Is it Kala Saw? Jay always got along well with her sire. Lucky bitch. It's locked.
Alright, let's go into the archives. Dear all, please don't forget that if you have any issues with the archives, you need to contact Lazarus, not me. Thank you, April.
Now's not the time for this.
Jay, what were you doing in the archives?
Last items borrowed. So it doesn't look like the that book was checked out. Wonder who the technology character is.
About a party from a few years ago. It's the one Journey asked Abigail to look at.
Alright, so we need to look at page 3 for sure. Confidential file, Solstice Party 12/22/1998 archives. At the request of our Prince Quentin King, the winter solstice will be celebrated at his home on the 21st of December for the entire night. At his behest, this celebration will be inspired by the masquerades in the European pagan calendar. Invitation message approved by our prince. Your esteemed Prince of Boston, Quentin King, does you the distinct honor of inviting you to the winter solstice celebration at his home. Inspired by pagan masquerades, please come accompanied and above all, masked. You will be able to pledge your respects and allegiance to your revered prince throughout the longest night of the year. You are expected at 7:30 p.m. on 12/21/1998. Please note, refusal is not an option. The safety of N+1s is not guaranteed.
Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2. Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2.
Okay, now we can, I guess, follow the blue.
This is the connection between the email and the file from the archives. Journey asked Abigail to meet her in an alcove at the bar.
I need your help. Meet me as soon as possible in an alcove.
Abigail, we've got to talk.
Oh, you couldn't run with shift.
Shit.
Good evening.
We should all call the cops.
Yes?
This waiting, it's unbearable.
Oh, you again. What do you want?
If Zeus had chosen flower to reign over all others, the rose would be queen. April, have you seen Jay anywhere?
You can't let her out of your sight for 2 seconds.
The prince sent me to get her.
I can't discuss that with you.
What does Journey risk?
Not that I think in a million years this is what happened, but what if Jay messed up somehow? What would happen to her?
Depends on the mistake. And how bad the consequences were. At best, the prince will be mad. At worst,
destruction?
Yeah. There's a good chance of that.
I won't tell anyone.
You can tell me. My lips are sealed.
The only way I can make sure you don't talk is to keep my own lips sealed.
Good point. I'll drop it.
Fine. I won't insist. If you see her, tell her I'm looking for her.
Yeah, sure.
What attitude? It's a good thing I was careful earlier.
September 4th, 2019, 9 to 10, current business, presentation of the annual report. 11 p.m. unification party starts when all guests have arrived.
What a nightmare.
don't mind if I get on your computer, do you? Received messages from Beryl Underwood to April Bosley. Satisfaction for once. For once, I wanted to say just how much progress Journey has made in organizing the opening night of the Red Salon. I stopped by for a surprise visit last night to check the quality of the services, and you did not disappoint. Please don't embarrass us in front of the Hartford. Although most important guests will most likely arrive late, be ready by 9 p.m. because you never know. Please check the following things every 15 minutes. State of the vessels, no excessive drunkenness unless desired by one of our guests, impeccable cleanliness everywhere, all the time. Make sure that everyone is comfortable. There are more than enough to satisfy any request. If there is a problem, page me. Make sure that no one is bored while waiting for Mrs. Iverson and Mr. Osborne to arrive. They're scheduled to get there at 11:30 p.m. if anyone asks, but nothing's for sure as usual. This party is of the utmost importance in the words of Mrs. Iverson. Mistakes will not be tolerated.
Hazel's gonna want answers.
Bosley's looking for answers.
So we got some phone numbers.
What a nightmare.
Alright. Let's check upstairs first.
Oh, great. My shadow. A book about alchemy? That's a weird thing to keep.
Not gonna rate that.
I wish I was outside instead of being cooped up in here.
So, what exactly did Hazel want with you?
Tell her about Journey.
She asked me to go and fetch Journey.
Ah.
What do you think?
So, you think this is gonna get ugly too?
How is Hazel?
She asked a lot of questions. She was a little paranoid.
She's losing her grip. Be careful.
Why are you telling me this?
This is the first time you've ever been involved in a court intrigue. Up until this instant, I've handled things for you.
And that was fine by me.
If the prince is under pressure, choose your words carefully.
I hate the court. I've gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Be careful.
Treatise on Thaumaturgy. Also known as blood sorcery, the discipline combines vita and mortal sorcery. There are no known limits to the type of rituals created by the Tremere or the fields of application. We will focus here on the different branches of the science, which is not exhaustive because few can testify to the secrets of blood witches. The path of blood, where the powers of vita can be manipulated, and the ritual where thaumaturgical formulas with innumerable effects are invented and jealously guarded. God, I'm gonna check the other rooms first. Need security for that.
The door is locked.
All right. No return. Choices marked with no U-turn indicate there is no going back. Before selecting one of these options, make sure you're done with the area you're exploring. Alright, let's hold off a little bit. Find Abigail and question her about Journey. So we still need to find her. Let's see, Boston. Oh, whoops. Codex. Clans. Sex. No. I was hoping we could look at what Abigail looks like.
Nope. Can't go through there. It's locked.
Let me know if I can help you.
How about letting me down the stairs?
Took the elevator to get here.
So we can't go back up. So this is her beginning of the trail.
Still nothing.
Can I help you?
It's locked.
Alright, it's still locked. There's nothing else in here, right? Just the keypad. Figured I'd try it. Alright. And we can't go back up the elevator.
Can I help you?
Oh, that's Abigail. Duh. I know you've seen Journey.
I told you I was looking for Jay earlier. And? I found the note she left you. I wonder what April would say if I showed it to her.
You went through my stuff?
Is that all you're worried about?
No. It wasn't personal. Journey was in a panic. She asked me for the pass to get into Jar's apartment.
Did she say why?
Only that she was looking for evidence. I didn't really get it. Let's keep this between us, all right? April's got other fish to fry.
I'll see about that. I'm going to find her. Jar's apartment. That's on the Primogen floor. What was Jay looking for up there? The trail ends there. Where could she have gone after that?
Buzz off, Lewis. I've got things to do.
Part of me wants to feed off of one of these guys, but I don't think I can actually anymore. Oh, now that we found a different alcove, we can.
All freaking out.
Come on. It won't take long.
Going.
Alright, at this point we can just go back up where we were. Although I wish I knew what the passcode was to that safe.
Hey, what now?
Alright.
You seem busy. I'll leave you alone.
You catch on quick.
If Zeus had chosen flower to reign over all others, the rose would be queen.
Alright, yeah, let's just go to the apartment. Oh, whoops. This way? Alright, no going back.
No fucking way. Shit.
So this
What?
is where you've been
Oh,
hiding.
Jesus, it's you. You scared the shit out of me. How did you find me?
You're really bad at covering your tracks.
Are you alone?
What the hell is going on?
Shit, Mem. It's a fucking nightmare. The code red is definitely because of the party. April told me Hazel was gunning for me. She thinks I'm responsible for this shit show.
So, you're hiding in Drury's room?
I'm looking for evidence. I saw that Jara had the file on the party. It's got all the contracts and stuff in it that will prove I did my job right. But I can't find them. It was my only shot to defend myself against her.
She needs to calm down.
Hey, slow down. It's gonna be alright. They don't have anything on you, do they?
No, of course not. I did everything right, ma'am. I was the one who rented the place. Same as always. Rooftop, away from prying eyes. I met with Richard to organize the vessels. I arranged for limos to be sent for the Hartford Chantry. I went through the same secure limo agency as usual. They're ours, so there's no risk. What the hell could have gone wrong?
I don't know, but there's no time to think about it. Hazel wants to see you.
And she asked you?
I gotta take her to the prince. Yeah.
It's gonna be fine, Jay. I'm sure you can explain everything.
I'm scared, ma'am.
Don't worry about anything. I'm here.
I'll follow you.
Kinda wish I had a chance to explore the room, see if we found anything.